Oh man, I don't want that. Oh boy, oopsie daisy. Well, that sucks. That was my chance. Now I definitely effed myself. Here we go. I don't think any of us want to be alone anymore. All right, guys, here we are for stage 3, NYC Showdown. Stay Puft Pursuit. We are in the 650 to 1,000 category. Only 12 of us here today. This is a hilly one. We're going over the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, the NYC KOM, got it done, NYC KOM, both directions before coming back into Times Squares for the finish. Oh boy. Let's see how we do here on a hilly course. We've got, 10 seconds to start. Just gonna wanna stay with the group, see how it develops. And here we go. Gonna wanna stay with the group early, see how it develops over the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges, and the real fireworks happen when we return past Times Square into Central Park for the NYC KOM, both directions. Let's bring our stats up. There we go. All right. Little push there. Looks like they thought better of it. Almost done with the lead in. And then we've got 31 kilometers of fun heading our way. I'll just keep warming up here. Okay, we do not do the Times Square circuit. We immediately start heading down towards the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges. Okay. We're gonna head into the subway. Got a rider off the front, making a pretty concerted push. We're still just warming up. Got Matthew Vander Pace in front of us. Here comes the escalator. Little bop, bop, bop at the bottom. All right, immediately. Well, it feels immediately. Up and over Brooklyn Bridge. Cruising the down. Okay. Okay. Okay, there's a trailing group. It's working with everybody now. Another bridge pass coming up very shortly. Spin up this. Carry speed. Spin again. Breathing. Okay. Now it's downhill, off the pedals. Almost 10K in. 22 left to go. Fortunately, these bridges are out of the way. Now, it's just a long drag back to Central Park. They'll probably all just sit up. Dragging the whole group back, yeah? Okay. Drifting, drafting away. Moving along. We'll get some assistance from the feather on this one. Okay. Oh man, I don't want that. Oh boy, Oopsie daisy. Well, that sucks. That was my chance. Now I definitely effed myself. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. 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 Breathe. Stupid. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. It's always no man's land. So frustrating just to be here. So this guy, Gilton, caught Gardner, left him behind, came to chase me. I'm kind of over it. Like, there's no way to make up a 20-second gap on a bunch of climbers, I don't think. Not unless my heart rate comes way back down and I can make another push before the hill. Maybe we'll try that. I mean, race is already over anyway. That's fine. Yeah, no, you caught me, remember? You obviously feel a lot better than me. Obviously. Okay, we're pretty quickly gonna get back to the hill again. And then still gotta come out of that, get to Times Square. So. 5 seconds on Gardner, who's pushing really hard. Maybe he comes back up. Probably will. It's too bad I had a wheel to work with. We were getting distance, and he just gave up. We had like 3-4 seconds. If we had just kept going, who knows where we would have gotten. 10, 15, 20. Those guys would have had to work trying to get us. Hill would have gone totally differently. But my man sat up. Probably a climber. So it just goes to show, like, everybody can race however they want to race. I'm frustrated because this is a hard course for me. I knew that going in. And then I just softened myself up, trying to escape. Which is never the brightest policy. Let's come off the pedals completely. Still got a hill climb, 9 kilometers of racing. So, okay. Heart rate's coming back down. Not sure what legs I'll have for the second climb. Gardner's here. So he'll latch on before the hill. What a great effort on his part. Gardner, nice work. Really nice work. Okay, so we are, for all intents and purposes, we're the caboose. A couple guys, 55 seconds, a minute 46 back, but it's not like, yeah. Anyway, okay, where are we? 24K in, 8K to go, 3/4 of the way done with a really tough course. 28 seconds back on the climbers. I want them to set the tone for the climb. I don't think any of us want to be alone anymore. Okay. Okay. It's nice of them to lay up on the climb. Let a big man like me stay with them. Spoke way too soon. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, still right at 4 watts a kilo. That's going to drop down tremendously over the next minute or so. Okay. Got to get back to Times Square. What a frustrating ride. I'm very appreciative for Gardner and Gilton and their willingness to take it easy on the climb. So my heart rate is back down. Let's get out of the park, and then maybe I'll take on some of the duty up front. Okay. Hop on, guys, period. I owe you a pull. Oh, someone leveled up. Well, okay. So, for 47 minutes, 20 seconds, I held 4.1 watts per kilo, 334 watts. One more watt than M. Vander Pace, who won the race, and is likely a lot lighter. Okay, 20-minute power, 4.5 watts per kilo. 5-minute power, 4.9. 1-minute power, 6.2. 15-second power, 8.9. So I did not have enough to go with the top 4 guys. Looks like 4th place didn't either. At least not for the second hill, perhaps. But even over the first main hill, the NYC KOM, I didn't have it, and I had really softened myself up by not drafting, not sitting in, chasing down moves, making moves of my own, and then shortly after that hitting the hill, knowing that I'm not one of the climbers in this race. So I did what I could, though. I have promised all of you, and I've promised myself, that I will work to flatten every course, every chance I get, and do more work on the flats to see if I can have any effect. There we go, stage 3 complete, 3 of 3. I am done-ski with this one. I don't know about you guys. I am so over NYC. 5 straight weeks of almost every course imaginable in the NYC, what is that, Zwift Unlocked? Is that what it was? I don't even remember the name of it, but when all the NYC courses came out, and there was a short ride, short race, long ride, I did all 3 of those every week, 15 rides total, and here we are again. NYC 3-stage challenge. That is done-ski. I really feel I've ridden NYC enough to be totally fine if I never see it again. I don't even know how many times I've gone over the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges in the past 6 weeks. Countless times. Countless times. So, yeah, I think I've had my fill. And then races like this that reacquaint you with older NYC roads, namely the NYC KOM forward and reverse. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm reacquainted. Cool. I'm just joking around, guys. That was just, it was frustrating. I didn't have it to get over that first hill. It was my own fault, mixed with the fact that I probably wouldn't have gone over that hill anyway, because there's some true climbers that were making their way over the top of that first climb. So I found myself in no man's land, and then I got double G, the 2 Gs, caught up to me, and we had a very civil second climb, and I really appreciate those guys taking it easy on me. That was very much needed. So I did what I could in the final kilometers and tried to pull the group along, and that seemed to work. They hopped on, they followed my wheel, and then they left me in the dust and sprinted to the finish. And I have retained my title as Zwift's #1 domestique and lead out man. Oh, it was good. I actually felt, what I really feel best about is that when I did get into the chat and tell those guys that I owed them the pull, and then I just kept going, and the watts were just there, and I was able to get into a nice time trial rhythm and keep the speed close to around 45K an hour. I felt pretty good about that. So, you know, making lemonade out of lemons. The closing kilometers after we left the park and headed back towards Times Square, those were really good for me. Those were really good for me. And I'm surprised that they were there. I'm surprised they still had the legs. I think the ease with which we took the second climb facilitated that. In fact, I know it facilitated my ability to take the pull, or I wouldn't have offered to do it. But regardless, to be 30-something minutes into an event and just be able to go onto the front on the flats, hold 4.5 watts a kilo, pull a couple of guys along who did me a solid throughout the race. That is the silver lining in the frustration of the first climb, in the frustration of a failed escape attempt. So probably should have just sat in. I probably should have drifted back when the other wheel that was with me drifted back to the pack. But instead, I was stubborn, stayed out there, paid the price. And that is racing. Cycling is a very humbling sport. Very, very humbling sport. And we got a huge helping of humble pie today, which is great. Great metaphor on the heels of Thanksgiving in the United States, where there are still some remnants of some pies left over that need to be eaten. But today was humble pie, and that just tastes a little bitter. Okay, I am rambling. You guys know the drill. Once I start rambling, it's time to wrap it up. Surprised they haven't played the music yet to get me to wrap up my speech. But there you go. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for participating in the commentary and the chat. Did you guys do NYC Showdown? Did you do all 3 stages? Very compact. It happened in like 1 week, right? Here we are on Saturday, and I chose to do this one today because I will not be able with my schedule to make the tiny races today. I missed it last weekend too, right? So 2 weeks in a row, I have missed my very favorite race on Zwift due to schedule conflicts. But that, let's stay with the food analogies, is how the cookie crumbles from time to time. Fortunately, it's not the only race on Zwift. It's not the only event, not the only ride. There are so many choices across every single time slot, across all 24 hours. And so today, I was able to wrap up the NYC Showdown with Stay Puft Pursuit. All right, I seriously am done. Here we go across the Brooklyn Bridge for the umpteenth time since it became available to ride. Oh gosh, this bridge. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I'm gonna continue to spin out the legs and just warm down from here. So, for now, that's all from me.